Hello everyone, welcome to ChessVisor, your wise choice to improve chess. In today's video, I am going to show you the game played between Lien and Magnus Carlsen, and it was recently played in Julius Baer's Generations Cup 4th round. So before we begin this video, if you are watching this channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified for the future videos. So here Liem was handling the white pieces, so he opens the game with 1 d4. And here Carlsen goes d5, we have c4. After e6 we have queen's gambit decline on board. Knight f3, c6, and we have bishop to g5. Knight f6, and now he closes the pawn chain. e3, bishop e7, knight c3, knight b d7, developing the knight, bishop to d3. And now Carlsen kicks the bishop with the h6, and now he simply drops the bishop to h4. And after this move, Carlsen plays d takes c4. It's an excellent idea. Whenever you develop the light square bishop on d3, it is wise to immediately capture the pawn, and then you have to move the bishop again, right? So in that way, white is losing another tempo. And you could follow up with a b5 like this, and that's what actually played in the game by Magnus. And after bishop d3, you could go bishop b7, e4. And actually in this position e4 is a bit of it's a earlier move, I would say. It's because you may have to consider castling, and most of the times in this position it is better to castle or bring the rook to c1. That is all I think these are the two common moves in the position, but in the game he goes the earlier e4, and it's kind of an inaccurate move. Carlsen seeing this immediately punishes with the move b4. He immediately kicks the knight with the pawn, and the knight goes to the side of the board. So with the knight a4, so c5, and now the idea is very simple. Now he opens the diagonal for the bishop, and not only that, now this pawn is under attack twice. So to defend this idea, white should go e5. Otherwise, if you consider defending further with queen e2, it may look like you are defending the things, but the thing is, after c takes d4, white can go knight takes d4, but after castle, if you think okay, there is no problem in the position, here comes the problem after castling, because black could go knight e5. In the ending, the knight is hanging, so you cannot save this position. Either one of these pieces is going to fall. So going back in the position, he plays the move pawn to e5 to defend the pawn. But after this, Magnus plays knight d5 and allows the exchanging of the bishops here. So after queen takes e7, he plays d takes c5, and now Carlsen did not even capture the pawn. He simply castled on the king side. So here after this move, he plays rook c1, defending the pawn further, and we have rook a c8, adding one more attacker, and then finally Liem castles on the king side. And after this move, he plays knight f4. The thing is, the bishop is under attack. The right move to continue the position is to play bishop to b5 to put pressure on this knight, and black could even sacrifice this knight on e5, considering after you take the knight, we have this double attacking thing. So queen has to go to g4, and then black can recapture his piece. So going back, but in the game he plays queen to d2. That allows Magnus to play this stunning move, that is knight takes e5. What is the point of this move? If you grab this free knight here, you're running into this fork, so that is not recommended. So in case if you're capturing the knight itself, then we have this queen g5 idea. So after this move, you have to play moves like f3, but the problem is you are running into a discovery now. After king h1, you are lost the queen and also the game. So going back, considering all of this, you cannot play this or you cannot grab this knight, or you cannot touch both the knights. So he plays the best defending move after this. So bishop e4 is the move, and here Carlsen goes for this ending. So bishop takes e4, queen takes a4, knight takes f3 check, g takes f3, and after bishop c6 we have b3, so defending the a4 pawn. In case if you are wondering about capturing this b4 pawn with the queen, then you are actually blundered the game here immediately, because queen to g5 check is coming. The problem is you cannot move the king because bishop f3 is a checkmate. So you have to block with the queen, so you have to bring the queen to the defense. But after you can simply exchange the queens, and then win the knight for free. So that is why you cannot grab the free pawn here. So considering this, he plays b3, rook f d8 by Magnus, and we have rook f d1, rook takes d1 check, rook takes d1, and now we have bishop takes a4, b takes a4, and this is a completely winning ending for black because of this last move, that is rook takes e5, and after king f1, Magnus plays a5. That's it. And now the thing is, he has to simplify this. This already it's a simplified position, but still you has to, you have to exchange the major pieces and go into one winning king and pawn in game. So here he plays queen e4. For this, Magnus plays queen g5. The idea is very simple. He wants to exchange the rooks now, maybe. So here he goes h4, immediately attacking the queen, and here he goes queen f5. You can actually, you cannot actually avoid the queen trade. If you avoid the queen trade, something like this move, then you are running into a problem with queen h3 check, and then your king has to be, king g1, king e1 is the idea. If you move king to g1, then we have queen takes h4 check, and then rook to g5 is a winning move. So considering this, he exchanges the queen here, and after queen takes f5, we have rook takes f5. This is nothing but I have marked the simple imbalance in the position that white has ruined pawn structure. He has double pawn on the f file as well as on the a file, and also he has this isolated pawn. As far as the pawn structure is concerned, white is completely lost. So that is why I earlier said that Magnus is going for the ending. Rook to d8 check, king h7, king g2, king g6, and we have rook b8. And after rook b8, Magnus centralizes the rook to d5. It's now a very good piece. It is it is defending as well as it is trying to go to the second rank, and as well as if it is required, you can always bring back to the d7. So here white plays the move king g3, and Carlsen goes king f6, rook b7 attacking f7. And here interestingly, Carlsen ignores the threat on the f7 pawn, and he plays the move king e5. He knows that his only thing is that he has to capture this a2 pawn, and this pawn is just 3 moves away from queening. That is what he is aiming for. So after rook f7, he plays rook d2, going after the a2 pawn, f4 check, king d4. It isn't actually Magnus Carlsen does not care about all these pawns actually. So here he plays f5, e takes f5, then rook takes f5. We have rook takes a2, and even he gives up the a pawn. But the thing is, b3 is coming. So after b3, he plays rook a7. After b2, he plays or he puts the rook behind the passer. But the thing is, Magnus plays rook a3 check, and after king g4, he simply takes on a4. The thing is, you cannot actually touch this pawn. If you take this, it's very simple tactics. So rook takes b2, then we have this discovered check and winning the game. I mean, winning the rook on the game. So going back in this position, he plays king to f5 to escape this idea. And after king c3, simply Liem resigns the game. It's because it's very simple now. You cannot avoid this, queening this pawn, because rook to b4 is coming. Even if you take here, no problem. I'm going to, or Carlsen is going to get the new queen. So considering this idea, Liem resigned the game in the 43rd move. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you enjoy my quick commentary, please do like this video, and still if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel ChessVisor, please consider subscribing to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified for the future videos. As usual, this is ChessVisor, your wise choice to improve your chess.